symptoms. And they would go to the doctor, and the doctor would say they couldn't find anything wrong with them. They actually didn't put them on pill, but there's not anything the matter with them. It just means the body is shifting and adjusting to the new frequency. And you just have to allow it to do it. And then it straightens out, and you're okay again for a few days, few months or something. But people have told me they didn't know what this was. Now it helps them to understand. So your diets are changing. If people realize that.
Yeah.
In order to move with the new earth, the body has to become lighter.
Yes.
And happens by eating heavy foods and heavy meats. They have told me the best diet is live foods, fresh fruits and vegetables.
You mean raw?
Organic if possible. Yes, live foods. Raw foods, yeah.
Interesting. That helps to raise the vibration.
Yes, because otherwise the heavy foods hold you down and make you heavy.
Yeah.
You can eat some meat, some fish and chicken, but not the heavy beef and pork. That's what holds the body down. And you begin to notice you won't even want those things. Your diet is changing, and you will want the other foods. And to stay away from sugar as much as possible, and to drink lots and lots of water. They said the value of water is beyond belief. There's no idea how important water is.
Is water going to evolve too? The quality of water going to be more dynamized and change the higher in frequency too?
Everything is changing. But these are the things people will notice, and as we go through this, you'll get to the point where you want to eat liquids and not food. And I've had people email me after I've been on the radio, and they'll say, I wondered why I keep wanting to eat smoothies now instead of solid food or liquid. Then after, I don't know how long it'll take, but after we do get into the new world and everything settles down, you eventually won't want to eat anything at all. You'll be living off of light. But this could take a long time because the body is so used to food.
Yeah.
And the food will be different too in the new world.
I guess it's another of our addictions that hold us down.
Mm-hmm. Because the body has to change.
Yeah. That's what I wanted to ask you is, because I've interviewed John Vallow, and he's saying that our body will physically change and evolve, like we'll become taller, and maybe even our front head will be slightly different. Do you believe in that?
No. You'll have the size you have right now.
Okay.
People have asked me, do I have to die to go to the new world? No, you don't. You will the body you have right now. That's the body you will take with you. And then after you're over there for a while, years maybe, the body will begin to change, and it will eventually turn into a being of light. But the body isn't going to change right away. And some people say they begin, you might start to glow, you might feel this inner energy, but you're going to have the same body you have right now.
But you have the energy of a 20-year-old, so they want to keep you here, don't they? I mean, are we going to live longer?
Yes, this is the thing. You won't have no illness, no sickness. That will all be done away with. And, like ETs, they live as long as they want. They only die when they decide to die, and that's the way it will be in the future. We'll be the same way. When we just time, we go.
Well, why do you think they chose you?
I don't know if they chose me or not. I've been doing this so long, and I've evolved this. Well, one time they did tell me you're our PR person because they want to let people know, especially with the ETs, that they're not negative. But I just have a desire for this. I have a curiosity. I want to know. I want to know everything. So, okay, you want to know everything, we're going to give you tons of information. They told me one time, why tell just anyone? Tell someone who will do something with it. And that's why they wanted me to write about it. And then I began lecturing on it about 25 years ago, traveling all over the world, and I've been doing that ever since. Now we've created 15 books and more are coming. When I started out, there was no New Age, no New Age stores, nobody knew what reincarnation was. So I've watched it evolve, and I've seen how the people are becoming more open and aware of what's happening now. The big changes are coming. And I'm glad I've been at the forefront to see it all change. And my publishing company is growing tremendously because of the interest now in the metaphysical books and the teachings, and people really are opening their minds. It's time. This is the awakening. The veil is extending. We're beginning to see what is really here. Now, some are going to still be stuck in the old way. That's okay. If they're still stuck in the negativity, if they want to stay on the wheel of karma, that's their choice. They said eventually everybody's going to get to the new earth. Some will just take longer than others. But if you don't want to stay with the negativity in the old earth, then you have to get rid of the karma, get rid of fear, that light in love into your life, and you'll see tremendous changes. You can have anything you want in your life. Nothing is impossible. There are no limitations. The mind is extremely powerful. That's why I work with so much with the illness, because you make yourself sick. Nobody else does it but you. Mm-hmm. And if the mind is powerful enough to make yourself sick and create an illness, it's also powerful enough to heal you. When we find out, why did I do this to myself? So the mind is that powerful, it can create anything you want. Anything in your life. It's all up to you, it's all up to the person.
Mm-hmm. Through our thoughts and through our emotions and what we put out, we're creating our reality.
Thoughts are things. And you learn how to direct your thoughts and what you want and aim at what you want. Anything is possible. I see it all the time in my work, so I know it's possible.
Tell us about the healing and what you call the therapies of the future that you're developing and instructing people on how to do it too.
That's what I'm doing with my classes now. I am teaching this all over the world. I just gave a class in London and I gave one in the south of France. And in a few more weeks, I'll be going into Singapore, 5 or 6 cities in Australia, and then a class in New Zealand. And we have large numbers of people in Australia that are taking the class, and I get classes all over the United States. So this is what I found: you make yourself sick. So in this work, we find out why. Why did I do this to myself? And of course, the conscious mind doesn't know. I said it's the stupidest part of the human being. It doesn't know anything. So we can remove that and get to this other part. We can find out the cause of the illness. Often it goes back to past lives. Sometimes it goes into the karmic associations in this life. The mother, the father that have made contracts with. And all the illness is caused by these things. So we find sometimes it's the way they died in another lifetime, some kind of traumatic situation. And they carry that forward into this life and create illnesses and phobias and allergies and all kinds of things. But once we find the cause and we understand it, it goes away. Because there's no need for it anymore. The screen is doing funny things. Coming up with, I can't tell.
Well, I appreciate that you're doing this through Skype, because I know this is not something you're used to. So I mean, I know you're always open to new things, so that's cool. That's cool, because this is part of sharing
family,
as you said, the internet. But so regarding those healing and those miraculous healing.